In 2020, I went from 0 to growing an audience of nearly 30,000 followers. My goal for 2020 was actually to grow an audience of 10,000 followers, so I'm really happy with the results and how things turned out. But I don't plan on stopping here. I'm really planning on achieving even bigger goals for 2021, including really pushing my new brand, L Synergy. And I have a really strict plan for this, and I wanted to share with you some of my best strategy for 2021 for Instagram, because I really believe in Instagram and in the power of Instagram. Even though I am now on YouTube as I am now, or on TikTok or even Pinterest, I really want to keep pushing Instagram because I think this is where you can convert the most people. So what am I going to do? What works on Instagram in 2021 and what I really think you need to put your focus on? This is exactly what I'm going to share in today's video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ginny. I'm a social media and marketing expert, and I help small businesses and content creators to grow an audience on Instagram and convert their followers into clients. The first thing I really like to do when planning my strategy is looking at what worked and what didn't. So I looked at what worked for 2020 and see if I could keep pushing and keep doing what worked. I always make sure to check my best performing posts. So it's very simple to do. Go in your insights, check your best performing posts, and really looked at some similarities and see what worked for you. And you want to take into account different kind of metrics or different kind of insights, such as shares, reach, saves, etc. But also you really want to look at the different kind of purpose you had with your post. So if it was more sales, growth, or anything else. So I did exactly that, and looking at that, I noticed that there were one kind of post that particularly performed well, and it was when I was sharing a bit more about my experience and my successes. People like people. They really like to relate to someone. They really like to know that this person was in the same situation as they are right now. It really is inspirational. We're like, okay, if that person did it, I certainly can, because she was where I am today, so I certainly can do the same. We like to learn from others. I personally do really like to learn from others, especially when they are where I want to be, and to know exactly what are the steps they took to achieve their goals. So once I started sharing a bit more about, what I did to get there, once I started to share more about my successes as well, to be a bit more open about, how much I was making, how long it took me to get there, how many clients I had, the fact that I was fully booked for my services, etc. Once I started to be more open about this, I certainly seen an increase in engagement, in reach, in followers, but also, and most importantly, in interest in my services. Because this type of posts are relatable, they're very inspirational, they bring trust, and they bring curiosity. So this is definitely something I'm gonna keep pushing for 2021, keep sharing on what I did, my successes, but also my failures and what I've learned from building a business. So the second thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of not new, but this is definitely something I'm gonna keep doing and doing over and over again in 2021 that I highly recommend, is creating savable content. So I didn't say shareable, I did say savable content. So I've grown several accounts from scratch, and the thing that will always make you grow faster is creating content that people will want to save rather than shareable content. So content that people will want to share, and I'm going to explain you that. First of all, what is savable content? It's basically a piece of content that people will think that it's so good that they will want to save it. So you have like that little save button on Instagram. This is basically what is a savable content. So the same way you would save a tab on your computer, the same way you would put it in your favorites, you would do this with a post. So when people are doing that, it's really an indication that you're doing something right, that you are providing high value content, that you're providing content that people are enjoying seeing, that people will want to come back to. So it's really a good indicator. And when you do that, they will more likely come back for more content, and they will more likely to talk about you to all their friends and family, and their friends and family will come on your profile, and this is how you grow faster. That's basically your word of mouth online, right? And probably that word of mouth is super powerful. Why is it super powerful? Because you will more likely trust someone's opinion when it comes from your friends or family highly than when it comes from advertising, for example. So if I push an advertising to you, you might not trust me, you might be skeptical, you might be like, yeah, right, for sure. Then if it's a friend or a family member that tells you, hey, you have to follow that person, you have to buy that person's course or whatever, you're more likely going to do it. On top of it, when people share your savable content in their stories, for example, people will tend to click on that post more than they would with a shareable content. So I'm going to explain you that. So basically, if I share something in my stories and that is highly valuable and it's like a how-to and it's really going to help you, and on top of it I say, hey guys, check this post, it's really good, full of value, it's really going to help you with your goals, you're more likely going to click on that post, check it out, and more likely to follow that person. Then if I share a nice quote, something funny, a meme or something like that, and I say, haha, so funny, you might be like, yeah, that was cool, that was fun, that was inspirational, but you might not click on that post. You probably think, okay, cool, that was cool, but I see quotes every day, I see funny memes every day, it's fine, but I'm not going to check out this person's post. It brings less curiosity to share this kind of content, and when you share high value content, people are going to be curious and gonna want to know who is that person who created it, especially if that post is really good. But let me show you an example. I've created this post, which is one of my most popular posts if we look at in terms of reach. It got over 300 shares, and again, it got lots of reach. But I only got 41 follows from that post. Now, let's look at this post. I got half of the shares, half of the reach, but I did get much more sales with this post. And as a result, I got over 170 followers. So as you can see, if you really want to focus on growth, but also generally on bringing a lot of value for people to buy from you, you really want to focus on savable content. So if you haven't done it in 2020, I highly recommend that you start looking at sharing high value content for 2021. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do more of in 2021 is create all types of content. So whether it's videos, lives, single posts, carousels, even maybe IGTVs, I really want to make sure that I create all type of content that is possible on Instagram. So why doing this? Well, first of all, you get different results when you share different type of content, and it's really good to have a mix of everything. And second of all, I know that Instagram is rewarding accounts that are really using all Instagram features. So especially when they're new, such as Reels or guides, etc., I know that Instagram is going to push those accounts a bit more. But like I said, it's also to give me different kind of result depending on my goals. So what I share in a Reels is going to be so different than what I'm sharing in a carousel. In a Reels, I only have 30 seconds. It's going to be much more kind of viral. It's going to focus more on growth than if I share like an in-depth carousel that's going to focus more on bringing a lot of value and maybe convert people a bit more. Each type of content brings different aspects of the kind of value that you can bring, of the kind of things that you can offer, and really they should all be taken into account. And like I said, each type of content should have its own specific strategy and its own specific purpose, such as, you know, growth, getting new followers, converting more people, getting more sales, etc. In 2021, I will make sure to have various type of content, and I definitely want to do more IG lives for sure, while I will still put an emphasis on video content. Because unless you've been living in a cave in the past 6 months, you've certainly seen the rise of Reels, and it has been a game changer for my business. And it has been a game changer for my account and my business in general. Because I got several Reels who've got hundreds of thousands views, and even though we don't have any insight for Reels yet, I know for a fact that this is what helped me grow my account much faster, and I gained so many new followers from these specific videos. I think if we look at TikTok, we can definitely say that Reels is here to stay, and that people will just adopt it more and more and use it and consume it more and more. So you better get used to short video content, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to start creating on Reels. And if you're unsure where to start or what to do, I do have a mini course on Reels, so make sure to check it out. I will put it in the description below. So in 2021, I will make sure to create all type of content. I've been creating a lot of carousel and Reels lately, but I want to go back to single posts. I want to make sure to share guides as well. I want to make sure to also go more on Instagram lives. And finally, another thing that I'm really going to push more in 2021 is using other social media platforms to leverage Instagram. This one is to take with a pinch of salt because I don't always recommend that you spread yourself in and that you're going to start, creating on TikTok and Instagram and Pinterest and LinkedIn or whatever. I often recommend to my clients that they focus on one platform at a time, so especially Instagram. Why? Because it can be super time consuming. You probably know by now that Instagram can take a lot of your time, especially if you don't have a content strategy, especially if you don't know what you're actually doing on Instagram and you're just trying to guess it. It's going to take you way too much time for way too little results. So I definitely don't recommend that you try other platform just for the sake of it. But once you figure out Instagram or once you have some sort of a patterns going on, or quite the opposite, if you feel really stuck on Instagram, I can recommend that you start looking at other platforms as well. So for example, I've been using TikTok for nearly a year. I think I've started around February time, and it really helped me at first to gain some traction on my Instagram account. It wasn't huge, but it really kind of helped me push it, and I did find several clients through TikTok. So they found me on TikTok, they came on Instagram, and I converted them on Instagram. That's why I am saying Instagram is going to be the platform where you convert more people. So you almost want to get traction from other platforms and bring them on Instagram, and this is where you're going to convert them. If you've been creating on Reels already, or if you're planning to, I highly recommend that you start sharing on TikTok as well. It's very easy to repurpose your Reels and start sharing them on TikTok. It doesn't cost you much more time. It's only going to cost you a couple of minutes, and we never know, it might work as well. So I used TikTok a lot. I gained 60,000 followers within, like I said, 10 months. But the last few months, I've been so focused on Instagram that I kind of didn't look at TikTok anymore. So I really want to push it more again and make sure that I keep sharing on TikTok. Then we have Pinterest. So I really like Pinterest, and I think there's a lot to do in Pinterest, especially because Pinterest is kind of SEO based like is YouTube. So I generally think because Instagram is not SEO based, that you need to have a platform that is SEO based, that people can find you through keywords, either YouTube or Pinterest, and I would love to push more Pinterest this year. So for Pinterest, I started repurposing some of my TikTok videos at first and then my Reels videos, and I've seen incredible reach through Pinterest, and I did see some followers finding me through Pinterest at first. So it does work, and all you have to do is simply repurpose again your Reels on TikTok. It only takes you a couple of minutes. And then we obviously have YouTube. So I will definitely keep sharing on YouTube. This is a platform that I really enjoy, and I will make sure to share at least 2 videos per month. Okay, and actually one other platform that is often underrated, that is not a social media platform, but that can be a real game changer for your business, is email marketing. So I'll be honest, I haven't used email marketing to its full potential, but this is definitely something I'm planning on doing more in 2021, is really trying to grow my email list through some freebies, through other methods. So when I launch a product or service, I have an email full of people that are ready to buy from me. Okay, that's it. That's basically my Instagram strategy for 2021. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because I'm sharing 2 videos monthly on Instagram and Instagram monetization. So stay tuned, and I'll see you later.